Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Suddhaspadiga Sankasham Shuddha Vidya Pradayakam Shuddham Purnam Chidanandam Sadajivamaham Shraye Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhudhyaya Kim Kariyasya Samaya Shankaracharya Mashraye Sadajiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bharati Karuna Patram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekanam Vande Vedanta Tattvabodha Vidu Shekara Bharatim Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibhoda Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavari Jatam Apara Karunya Sudham Burashim Sri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam Om. In the text Tattvabodha, in the beginning, the author introduces the subject matter as Tattvabodham, which is nothing but self-knowledge, knowledge of one's own real nature, higher nature. The purpose of this text is moksha praptihi, attainment of moksham, for the benefit of mumukshunam, that is, the people who are interested in getting moksham, desirous of moksham. Desire alone is not sufficient for achieving our goals. Necessity, appropriate qualifications are also essential. Both desire as well as qualifications are required to achieve our objectives, to achieve our goals. So here, in order to get the self-knowledge, the author says 4 qualifications are very important. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Sampatti is wealth. Sampat means wealth. 4-fold qualifications. What are they? Vivekaha. In short form, it is Vivekaha. In long form, it is Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha, called discrimination. The second one is Viragaha. Iha Mutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaha, dispassion or detachment. Third one is Shatka Sampattihi, 6-fold inner discipline. Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi in long form. And the last one is Mumukshutvam, desire, which is already shortened, therefore we need not shorten it further. So Viveka, Viragaha, Shatka Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. In English, discrimination, dispassion, discipline and desire. All 4 words starting with letter D. It is relatively easy to remember. Author presents the text in the form of dialogue between Sishya, student, and Guru, the teacher. Student wants to know further, Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Kaha. Kaha Vivekaha. For that, Guru answers, Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam Ayameva Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. This is what he says. O Guru, please explain what do you mean by Nityam and Anitya Vastu. Nitya Vastu and Anitya Vastu. So what do you mean by discrimination? The Guru says, there is only one thing which is permanent in the whole universe, which is Brahman. Everything else we see in this world around us keep on changing. Right from our body, physical body, we were very young, we were grown up, we got married, then we are getting into the middle age. Now we are going into the retirement stage. So Vardhakyam is coming. So all these changes happen in our physical body. In fact, these changes happen every day. Many cells are dying and many new cells are born in physical body. Similarly, we see changes in our mind also. Mind is, it doesn't rest at all. The only job of mind is to keep on working, keep on thinking. Nothing is permanent there. And whatever we see outside also, right from the building next to us, the road, the government, the cities, everything keeps changing. There doesn't seem to be anything which remains permanent throughout. At least we don't know about it. So even the astronomers say Earth also has a life. Sun, very solar system, entire solar system has a very defined period of time. All are born, all will be gone sometime or the other. Only thing is our lifespan will be about 70 years, 80 years or 100 years maximum. But the Earth will survive for millions of years. So the solar system also will be there for millions and billions of years. But after some point of time, they also come to an end. So the author says there is only one thing called Brahman, which is Nitya Vastu. Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. That Brahman is only one. In the context of religious literature, this Brahman is known as God, Ishvara or Bhagavan. In Vedanta Shastra parlance, he is known as Brahman. Therefore, God is permanent, Brahman is permanent. What is the meaning of Brahman? Brihat means big. Brahman means very big, that is superlatively big. There cannot be anything which is bigger than Brahman. Infinitely big. Infinite means what? It is free from finitude. Finitude from twofold angles. That is, it is free from time-wise limitation and spatial limitation. Limitless one is Brahman. Space-wise limitation means what? I am here at this point of time. Therefore, I cannot be elsewhere. I cannot be in Delhi or Calcutta at the same time. This is with respect to my physical body. Similarly, with respect to time also, I am not here. I was not here before I was born. After the death, I will not be here. So this is time-wise limitation with respect to my physical body. These two limitations are not applicable for Brahman because it is infinite. Space-wise limitation cannot bind Brahman. That means it is not located in a particular place. We cannot restrict Brahman to a particular space. Similarly, Brahman was there, Brahman is there, Brahman will be there in future also. In all three periods of time, this Brahman alone will be there. Because Brahman is not limited by space, it is everywhere, it is all pervading. It is not limited by time, it is there all the time, therefore it is eternal. So, the God is also of the same nature. God is also eternal and all pervading. Even during Pralayam, when the whole universe dissolves, Brahman alone will continue to exist. We saw God is all pervading and eternal, and that is why in Archana also, any Bhagavan's Archana, it will be Sarva Vyapine Namaha will be one of the namas. Sarva Vyapi is what? The one who is there everywhere. Sarva Vyapi. Since God is all pervading, He is everywhere, there is no restriction. We cannot restrict Him to a particular place or location. If anyone asks you a question, is God present in Vaikuntha? We should not say no. We should answer very correctly. God is present in Vaikuntha also. That is the correct answer. We should say God is present in heaven also. We should not say God is present only in heaven. Similarly, we should not say God is present in temple only. We should say God is present in temple also. According to our scriptures, an infinite thing alone can give real happiness and permanent happiness. Anantam means infinite. Anantam alone can give permanent anandam, real and permanent happiness. Therefore, Brahman alone is the real and permanent source of happiness, anandaha. This knowledge is called vivekaha, discriminative power, discrimination. Ekam Brahma, one Brahman alone, is the source of real and permanent ananda. Similarly, one source, Brahman alone, is the real source of permanent and real security, permanent and real peace. No impermanent thing can give real and permanent security to any of us, because any impermanent thing is insecure. Therefore, how can an insecure thing can give security to another insecure thing? It is impossible. Therefore, whenever you expect permanent security or happiness, you should expect only from the permanent source of ananda, permanent source of happiness, peace, that is Brahman. Brahman alone can give permanent and real peace, security and ananda. Tattvabodha sarvam anityam. Everything else other than Brahman, everything else is impermanent, anityam. Because they are anityam, limited in terms of time and space, limited in terms of space. Therefore, it cannot give me lasting happiness, security and peace. Ayameva, understanding this distinction very, very clearly and assimilating this knowledge very clearly is called vivekaha. Therefore, this is the definition of discrimination, vivekaha. Hereafter, whenever we say vivekaha, we should remember that discriminative knowledge is the meaning of vivekam. Satisfied with this answer, perhaps the student asks the Guru the definition and explanation for the second qualification, viragaha. So the student asks, kaha viragaha, viragakaha. What do you mean by dispassion or viragaha, vairagyam? Guru answers, iha swarga bhogeshu icharahityam. In Tamil language, viragaha is used as vairagyam. People use vairagyam, but the meaning they attach to vairagyam is adamancy. In order to tell that one person is very adamant, they use vairagyam. Romba vairagyama irukkan paru. That's what they say. But this is not the correct meaning of vairagyam. The real meaning of vairagyam is dispassion or detachment. Now, dispassion from what? Ichcha rahityam. Rahityam means freedom, absence of. From what? From ichcha. Ichcha is equal to passion, total dependence or slavery, addiction we can say. And absence of total dependence or addiction is viragaha or vairagyam. From what? With regard to what? With regard to bhogeshu, sense pleasures. Freedom from addiction, slavery or total dependence on sense pleasures. We have to very carefully note our scriptures as well as this author do not say freedom from sensory pleasures. They only say freedom from addiction to sensory pleasures. is icharahityam. Sensory pleasures is of two types. One type is adharmic sensory pleasures, that is immoral, unethical sensory pleasures. Dharma viruddha bhogaha is one, and the other one is ethical, moral, dharmika kamaha or dharmika bhogaha. They are legitimate. So, what do you mean by dispassion? Dispassion with respect to immoral sense pleasures should be total avoidance, total rejection with immediate effect. Dispassion with respect to moral or ethical sense pleasures is moderation. Ethical dharmic bhogaha should be moderate, that is dispassion. And this dharmika bhogaha also is of two types. One is ihaloka bhogaha and paraloka bhogaha. Ihaloka bhogam means what? Sense pleasures enjoyed in this world at this point of time, the present life. Whereas paraloka bhogaha is life after death, future, next life. So from both present sensory pleasures and future sensory pleasures, that is author says swargam, icharahityam, dispassion or detachment. So one should be free from slavery to sense pleasures in this life as well as the next future life, that is swargam. Even swargam also, we should not have addiction to that. Why do we insist upon saying that? Why do we insist upon this qualification? Why one should be free from sense pleasures or addiction to sense pleasures? A person who is addicted to sense pleasures will be spending his or her whole life in the indulgence of sense pleasures only. So where is the question of time for any worldly pursuit, leave alone Vedanta? Therefore, if one has to study Vedantic scriptures, he has to be free from addictions from sensory pleasures. This is an important qualification. Ultimate freedom is freedom from all sorts of addiction, not only restricted to sensory pleasures, but also good addictions. Not bad, but good addictions also one should be free from. So that's why Bhagavan Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita tells, but only in the last, Sarva dharman api parityajya, to give up even dharmika sense pleasures. But he talks only at the end, as I said, First one should give up addiction to adharma, that is bad addictions, by developing addictions to dharmika sense pleasures. And later, even the good addictions also should be transcended through wisdom. Wisdom is what? Jnanam, through self-knowledge. This is the absolute freedom. Third qualification is Samadhi Sadhana Sampatti. So the student asks, Samadhi Sadhana Sampatti ka. The Guru enumerates the sixfold inner discipline. First, he lists down what are the sixfold internal discipline, and then subsequently each and every discipline will be explained by the author later. Here the Guru says, Samo damaha uparamas titiksha shraddha samadhanam cheti. It is sixfold internal discipline called Shatka Sampatti. Here the teacher enumerates what are the 6 types of disciplines. First we will see what are them. What are these 6 types of internal discipline. Later on, as I said, the author will explain every one of them. At that time we will see the details. Shamaha means mind control, mental discipline. Damaha, sense or sensory control. Uparadhihi means withdrawal or quietude. Fourth one is titiksha, means forbearance, patience or endurance, we can say. Fifth one is shraddha, means trust, faith. Last one is samadhanam, concentration, focusing capability of the mind. Cheti, cha iti, it is a conjunction. It is not the seventh qualification. It says shraddha and samadhanam. So these are the six-fold internal discipline one should develop. What are these? Which we will see in the next class. I will conclude this session with this. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.